Hello my friends, and welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a soul tribe reading. I wanted to use this deck that Delila, I don't know your name. You send me so many beautiful decks. Thank you. You sent me more. You're such a beautiful soul. And I wanted to come on and use this one with you guys today. I don't know what's going to come out, but I'm feeling like I want to talk about breaking cycles. Just because of the energy right now, as a collective, we're supposed to be, releasing things that no longer serve us, behaviors, shedding shadows. Anyway, I've been having, I've been having hot flashes, and I know that, people will say, oh, you're just going through menopause. But I looked it up. Yes, I looked it up. And it can be symbolic. I think it happens during a Kundalini awakening, but it also happens when you are clearing karmic debt. And when I read that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'm going through it, like I'm feeling one right now. That's why I'm telling you about it. But anyway, let's get into it. We're going to see what we need to hear as a soul tribe. This is one of those decks that I would watch, like Tarot, and I'd be like, ooh, I wonder what that deck is. Now I know they're in the description. I know that those creators are very organized and put them in the description, but anyway, it's fun to have one now. So let's have a shuffle. I already cleansed and shuffled them, but I'm going to do it again. Waking the lion, the sun. And I was just having a hot flash, not a menopausal one. Beyond the ordinary. So we're just going to see what comes out. I hope you guys are all doing well, whatever you're doing today. Thank you for the comments, as always. I love you all. I really do. What was that? Great big love. Interesting. Me channeling love? Never. Oh, we have Beyond the Ordinary again. A great big love beyond the ordinary? Interesting. So I was in a reading ages ago. I was channeling a song by Jewel. I could hear it and I was like, is that Jewel? Is that Jewel? And then this morning I heard that song and it was like, oh, like it was really, I haven't heard it in ages. So it was weird that it started playing today. But anyway, it's that You Were Meant for Me, I Was Meant for You song by Jewel, which then led me down the rabbit hole of Dido, which is why I posted White Flag. Did I already cut the deck? I believe I did. Did I? I think I did. We have the Storyteller, and that's 17 star energy. Beautiful. I need to read this because we have this blank book here, and perhaps, I have no idea what this card is about, but perhaps, I was thinking a lot about, breaking cycles and how you kind of need to have tests to make sure you've broken the cycle. Anyway, I'm almost feeling like you are in control of your own destiny here. You are writing your own story by doing your healing 17. I also feel with that key, there's the lion. That maybe you've figured out the key to healing, or you've figured out the key to, breaking cycles. But anyway, we're going to look at this. 17. I also keep waking up in the middle of the night and I see other people saying the same thing. Like I wake up at like it's ridiculous. Like I'll wake up and I'll be like, okay, what time is it? What time is it now, universe? And it's always some really specific 333, 444, 345. Anyway, Identity, positive self-definition, teaching others how to treat you through the stories you tell about who you are. Interesting. And it's on page 62. Do you know the story you tell others about who you are? You are a unique being with unique talents and a story unique to you and your experience. In fact, your destiny can be found in the way you weave together these threads of yourself in the world. If there's anything in your life you want to change, then it's time to adjust the story you tell about yourself. Perhaps you are too self-deprecating or apologetic about how you shine. I feel so called out right now. Minimizing your power so others will accept you. Perhaps the way you voice your expectations diminishes your ability to succeed. Or you are too willing to tolerate a less than supportive environment. It's easy to be in denial when it comes to others and their behaviors towards you. Understand, however, that you teach people how to treat you through how you talk about yourself. Once you recognize what story you're telling others about how to treat you, you can tell a different one. What if you could connect to your true power as a co-creator of your reality? The story originates in your mind, how you think, your conditioning and past experiences, how you view the world, and what you expect to see in it. The truth is, you have everything you need to tell a new tale and weave more blessings into the world as your unique contribution. In fact, practice speaking of your amazing success, your overflowing abundance, and all the love that surrounds you. Soon, the outer world will tell the same story back at you. That's beautiful. That's very beautiful. Page 62, I immediately thought of the High Priestess and the energy of the lovers, which it's more than about a lover's connection. It's about relationships. And, it says right here, or are you too willing to tolerate a less than supportive environment? And how we've been talking about that, about overgiving or not knowing our worth. Anyway, let's keep going. What do we need to hear, Spirit? We have beautiful uncaging 14, which is Temperance. So you could be really coming into balance. Look, we have body and soul. And we have 5, Hierophant energy. I kept thinking about Hierophant energy when I was looking at that other card. And we see change here. We see that beautiful dragonfly. It's like your body and soul are aligning. Temperance. It's interesting because that star energy could have been, past energy. And this could be current energy. Because there was a key and a lock on that other one and a blank book. 14, Temperance. You could be coming into a healthy balance with, your own feminine and masculine energy. You could be breaking cycles, letting down walls. Beautiful. Let's see what it says. So let me just look at this. This is in water, which is interesting because it looks like it's on fire. Connection, sexuality, intimacy, birthing, desire, pleasure, feelings, and fluidity. Interesting. Key concepts: the prison of guilt, a need for self-inventory, rigorous honesty, accountability, making amends. Oh my goodness, here we go. Here we go. Making amends. Listen to this. Rigorous honesty, accountability, self-inventory. I feel like that's what we've been doing here for months, is working on our self-inventory, learning how to release things, learning how to forgive ourselves, learning how to reflect and see lessons in things, learning how to follow our wisps, learning how to be at a higher vibration. And you could be connected to someone energetically who's picking up on this energy, you know, and they could be going through something very similar with Temperance, you know. I sometimes think of that pull between the masculine and feminine energies. You could have, sometimes when we're reacting and we're acting in a way that hurts other people and they tell us, you know, you're hurting me, we immediately become defensive because I think it's because we immediately can't believe that we're acting in a way that would hurt someone else. So then our ego steps in to try and protect us, and we become defensive. And what am I trying to say here? People who can't see past their reactions and patterns and things like that, in my opinion, really need to learn how to forgive themselves, because until you forgive yourself for acting in that way, you can't admit that you acted in that way until you forgive yourself and take accountability. Does that make sense? You know, I've been reflecting on, I'm looking for lessons in everything these days. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so you could be someone who's been really looking at taking accountability in your own life for the things that you need to change, the behaviors you need to change, the compassion you maybe need to have towards others. Anyway, let's read it. At this time, you're being called to assess where guilt is playing a part in your life, recognizing how it's affecting you and others. Address it so you can release yourself from its grip. Guilt is a powerful emotional state capable of transforming difficult situations. It keeps you accountable for your actions when you've done something that causes harm. However, it can feed a self-sabotaging cycle that fosters codependency and a distorted sense of personal power. Self-blame can lead to behaviors that perpetuate low self-worth. Have you done or said something for which you need to make amends? Have you disregarded a boundary or broken a promise? Guilt can make you aware of potential ways you have given injury and show you how to redress the transgression. When you sincerely admit that you are wrong and begin the process to fix it, this is an act of accountability, responsibility, and liberation. Isn't that what I was just saying? Take a moment now to consider when you have harmed others or yourself. This knowledge will free you from the story you tell about it so that you're able to connect with a truthful remorse. Now is the time for rigorous honesty as you take a self-inventory with a neutral state of mind. A good question to ask yourself now is why the guilt is there. You might be taking on a burden that is not even yours to carry. Pay attention, take action, and uncage yourself from the prison of your own making. 8 of Swords energy, 5 of Swords energy, 8 of Swords energy, a prison of your own making, self-sabotage. I mean, I lived my whole life being that way. You know? Anyway. There's this meme with the guy who plays Jean-Luc Picard on Star Trek Generation. And it's, you know, it's him looking at his computer in disgust, and it says, looking at my posts before my awakening. And that's how I feel sometimes when I look back at the older version of myself. I'm like, ugh. I send you love and peace, though, my old self. You got me to where I am today, so thank you for that. But I'm good here. So maybe right now something you need to look at is, like, is there anything you're feeling guilty about? Is there something that you did to someone or to yourself, or is there something, you know, a pattern that you repeat that you feel guilty about? You know, even if you can't talk to that person, just looking at it and recognizing the pattern in yourself and forgiving yourself for reacting that way because it came from a wounded place, and now you're reflecting, you're making a conscious effort to move forward. I think I lost my point somewhere in there. Anyway, I love you guys, and I have to believe that we are changing the future here. And I know that sounds like whatever, whatever, crazy pants lady. But I have to believe that the more of us that heal and break these cycles and learn how to see people without judgment and heal ourselves, the more beautiful this world will become. And especially because once you get there, you start shining your light all over everybody else. You're like, get out of my way, here comes my light. And I used to see people say like, oh, we'll raise the vibration. And I'd be like, oh yeah, sure. But I truly believe that if more people awakened, we could raise the vibration of the world. And anyway, I just think it's a beautiful thing. And I love my soul tribe. I love you so much. A little too much. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, when I experience things in my life or I'm talking to someone else about something cool that happened to me, I think of you guys because you are the ones that have the appreciation for the magic. Anyway, I love you all. And it's okay to admit that you've made mistakes. It's okay to admit that, you know, your parents didn't know what they were doing. You didn't know what you were doing as an adult. It's okay to admit those things and to forgive yourself for things that you've done, things that you're not so great at. Don't be so hard on yourself, is my point. Anyway, this is seeming to be going into past energy, or that's where anyway, we'll see. This could also be that, you know, if this is what you've been doing, like I said, you could be attracting in perhaps a family member, an old friend, a lover, who's having remorse over how it ended between the two of you. All right, let's see. We'll just see what else comes out. Happy Easter to anybody who celebrates Easter. Oh my gosh! Okay, first of all, we have bearing fruit, which I'm not going to take, but come on, sign of abundance coming in. Hello. I have to take this one. I have to take it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You guys. This is powerful. I'm having a moment. I can't show you the bottom yet. Okay. I kind of want to do this because that's how they came out. So we have Healing the Heart 23, High Priestess energy, and Empress energy. The Empress is the embodiment of all the queens, okay? So you could be someone, doesn't matter the gender, who has been working your way through all of the queen energies. You've been, you know, you see when you have to be the Queen of Swords, and then you see when you're being a little bit too much Queen of Swords to the point where it's, you know, I don't want to say manipulative because that's not the right word. I'm seeing like a wounded Queen of Swords. I'm seeing me like wounded Queen of Swords, like, get away from me. Queen of Cups, you've learned how to love yourself before you give to others. You've learned the importance of self-love and not overgiving to people who don't reciprocate it. Oh my goodness. What else was I gonna say? Queen of Pentacles, you know, you've learned how to be patient. Queen of Wands, you found your creative passion, you found your confidence, you found your soul spark. And that's Empress energy right there. And the High Priestess shows you, you know, learning to see through the veil, like I've just been talking about, you know, seeing people without judgment, seeing people You know, if you're someone who's learning about tarot, can I just recommend watching like reality TV shows, especially about love? Because you can start to see people's behavior. It's fascinating to me. I'm autistic, so I'm a people watcher. Anyway, it sounds strange, but it helped me really put energy to the tarot cards. But anyway, moving on, I'm rambling. What was I saying? Oh yes, you're working at seeing through the veil, you know, perhaps you're really tapped into your intuition, you know, that purple veil is parting ways. Anyway, not parting ways like that, but opening. So yeah, you could also be having heart flutters is what I just heard, because when I look at that, I think about, it made me feel when my heart flutters, healing the heart. Maybe you're having heart flutters and hot flashes. And a muggle would say, you need to go to a doctor. I'm not saying don't go to the doctor, but like seriously, if you're experiencing things that scare you, definitely go to a doctor, you know? All right, healing, making amends, making amends, making amends, making amends. I can't help but see making amends 3 times. Anyway, oh my goodness. Healing, making amends, the willingness to release past pain, being responsible and accountable. Oh my gosh. Taking time to get healthy, renewal, and rebirth after suffering. This is so magical. Do you see? Do you see the amazing synchronicities? People who don't believe in this stuff, what, like, are you not seeing this? I always wonder when people make comments about how, you know, tarot is evil. It's like, well, what are you doing here then? Like, what are you doing here watching one of my videos? It's because the light is calling you in. Okay. I'm all giddy. Apparently, I was just listening. Remember Temperance? Apparently, when you're coming into balance, I heard it in a reading this morning, when you're coming into balance and your manifestation is about to come and you start to feel giddy. Giddy. I'm having problems speaking today, apparently. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that because I mentioned the word giddy and it made me think of that reference. When you are wounded emotionally, you need time to regroup and find your center. You may have recently endured a breakup or a betrayal, lost someone close to you, or lost an affiliation that you gave too much power to. Perhaps you're watching someone go through a difficult time and feel bad that you can't help them. Maybe you're still not over the past disagreement. No matter the cause for this heartache, deep healing is called for. This happens on its own timetable and can never be rushed. And it's on page 76, so especially for my counterparts out there, it shows, you know, there can't be forward movement, 7, Chariot, until there's healing, 6, Lover's energy, you know, until there's harmony. The path to the healing heart centers on reciprocity, the flow of giving and receiving. Sometimes wounding occurs because we've become too dependent on another, and this is accompanied by the desire to manipulate or control an outcome. Both wounding and healing usually begin within, not from the outer conditions of our lives. We often believe that we can be wounded only by others, but we do more damage to ourselves in the self-sabotaging ways we think and behave. Do you see how it's all tying into what I was saying? It is important to take steps to heal yourself and become willing to release the pain of the past, which can be tempting to revisit. It's time to take responsibility for your part in this healing journey. Look for ways you can help yourself and others. Are you willing to make amends if needed, or accept someone where they are without trying to influence their growth process? So you could have someone coming towards you who, you know, isn't quite as healed as you, whether it be a friend, counterpart, family member. Healing the heart in all aspects is your priority now. Nothing else matters. Only beauty and goodness will come as the result. And it goes on to page 77. So that's interesting. Very interesting. It's just magical how those cards came out. And I just feel a lot of you have spent a lot of time reflecting on your own cycles, your own patterns, your own behaviors. You know, now that you've healed, now that you're looking at things through a different perspective, you're kind of looking back, seeing the truth of some of these situations, you know? Kind of like the way I describe looking back at my interaction with my mom. But anyway, elephants are my favorite. And look, that's beautiful. 22. Just wait. We still have to get to the bottom of the deck. Oh my gosh, it's in the energy of love. Oh my gosh, compassion, love, community, forgiveness, unconditional acceptance, inner peace, and wholeness. This is what we've been talking about for weeks and for months. And it's just, since I started my soul tribe readings, I love how we're seeing the progression here. Community, my people, my tribe. I love you. Inner peace and wholeness. Unconditional acceptance, seeing through the veil. Forgiveness. Making amends and forgiveness. Just wait until you see the bottom. Tender embrace. Compassion, warm-hearted, care for self and others, sensitivity and empathy, benevolence, kindness. Put a hand on your heart and breathe deeply, inhaling a sense of gratitude. Now, how do you feel? Keep doing this, tuning into the world around you. Can I just interrupt myself for a quick second? I was watching Survivor, season 44. Don't spoil it for me. And most of my favorite people are gone anyway. There was a tribe who sat around doing like breathing and positive thinking and being grateful. And it's so funny how, you know, the world views people like that. And I used to be one of those judgmental people. Like I'd be like, oh, look at those people. They're crazy. They think that the universe cares about what's going on with them. Yeah, the universe really cares about you being on Survivor. And now I see them, and like these are the people that are like, I manifested this. I manifested I would be on Survivor, and they're on Survivor. Like anyway, they were sitting around, a hand on their heart, breathing, giving thanks for everything to be grateful for, like giving, you know, being thankful for the fact that your heart is beating, being grateful for the fact that whatever you're grateful for, you know. Anyway, I don't know why I went off on that tangent. I don't know why I went down that road. And now I feel lost. Now, how do you feel? Keep doing this, tuning into the world around you, others you know, and even those you don't know. Can you feel compassion for them? And this is what I mean. Instead of, you know, I used to be the type of person who I was really, you know, resentful towards my mom. And now I send her peace and love. Like you can put your hand on your heart and send compassion to the people you hope can heal, but you can't, you know, force anybody to heal. Compassion is an emotion of tenderness and sensitivity. I will also say that if you feel like you have a problem feeling compassion, there may be resentment there that you need to look at. Like sometimes I can say it, like I felt a hard time having compassion for my mother. There's some kind of resentment there. That's a blockage. Compassion is an emotion of tenderness and sensitivity. It's a feeling of benevolence and reverence as you stand witness to the suffering of the world. Now is the time to reduce that pain and focus on compassion in all areas of your life. Today, do something deliberately kind for another. Even looking a stranger in the eye and smiling can make a world of difference. Yes, I went to the grocery store this morning, and I'm a pretty, friendly person. No, I mean, I don't talk to people, but, I'll smile at old people and I'll hold open the door for people. I'll try and make eye contact with the cashier and tell them to have a nice day. And today I noticed that everybody was just so grumpy, like nobody wants to give that type of compassion towards each other. It kind of made me sad, but anyway. Like even a smile can make the world of difference to someone. And I know that sounds so corny, but it's so true. Like just imagine, this is how I think of it, no hate to my, lonely old masculines out there, but just think, like, I like to think of, let's say the guy from Up being at the grocery store, maybe he's lonely. Maybe he's, his partner died long ago. Maybe your smile reminds him that they still have a place in this world, that people still notice them. Anyway, wah. The questions to ask now are, where do I need to be kinder and gentler? How can I serve? And in what capacity can I be in alignment with the solution to the suffering of the world? Imagine if we all smiled at each other. And imagine if when we were feeling good, somebody said it, like I was walking with my earpod, whatever, in, and I wanted to dance, but what would people think? And that makes me sad, because I used to look at people who were dancing at the bus stop and I'd think, they've got to be crazy. Like that person is crazy. And now I'm like, that was so judgmental. Imagine what the world would be like if we, smiled at each other more, if we did. Anyway, geez, I'm ranting like a mofo. I'm just gonna finish this. Could it be that you need to be more compassionate towards yourself? If you spend all of your time in service to others, it's easy to forget about your own needs. When you accept yourself, you can bring more loving energy to others. Queen of Cups. Today make a commitment to practice self-compassion. Release yourself from burdens of perfectionism. Allow yourself the grace to be human, and then do the same for others. It's not your job to tell others how to express themselves, even if you don't like the way the world behaves. Today, be kind for no reason at all and watch miracles arise. Beautiful. Now, let's talk about the bottom of the deck. 11 is on the bottom of the deck. So, togetherness, healthy and harmonious partnerships, commitment to a relationship, collaboration with others, interdependence. Yep. In perfect harmony. Yep. You're entering a time of healthy, harmonious partnerships. Yay! Collaboration is key here, as you're invited to explore the potential oh gosh, you know what? I told people the other day, I cried. I'm dyslexic. When there's a word that has a hyphen that continues on to the next line, I cannot make that word make sense in my brain. Inherent. See, it took me forever. To explore the potential inherent in making a commitment to another person, a group, or even yourself. Yes. And what have we been working on? Committing to ourselves. And then what did we start working on? Committing to each other as a soul tribe. Okay. Know that you're bringing different gifts to the table. You don't have to be in exact lockstep with everyone else. Being your authentic self actually brings you into alignment with others. Yes, we talk about that. If you're not being your true authentic self, you're calling in the wrong people. I'm telling you. If you take it from someone who was autistic and masked in high school, I had a different mask for each. Like I was a floater. I had a mask for each group, and therefore I never found my group in high school because I was too busy pretending to be other people. I'm very ranty in this one. My goodness. I'm just so excited to be with my friends. You are a note in a harmony that neither overpowers nor is overpowered by any other. Your beautiful interdependence allows you all to shine. Yes. Why is everybody in competition with each other? Just keep an eye out for a sign that your subconscious, which has been conditioned by your previous hurts and experiences, is working in a way not in accord with what your healthy self intends. For example, you may desire a relationship but expect to be betrayed, so you unconsciously sabotage it. Self-sabotage. You say you want to lose weight but continue to eat compulsively and avoid exercise. Okay, now I got to talk about it. I got to talk about something. Right before I did this reading, I was watching a different reader, and they were talking about the energy of running and about how we can say other people are in runner energy, but that we need to like look at the way we're running. And the way she explained it was amazing. Like it was like a light bulb went off in my head. So she was explaining runner energy, and she's like, she wasn't just talking about relationships. She was talking about things in general. And she specifically said, like this one about the exercise, she's like, do you have an exercise plan that you keep putting off? Do you keep saying you're going to stop doing something, but I'll stop on Monday, and then Monday comes and whatever? That's runner energy. And that triggered me because I have a treadmill in my room and I have yet to use it. And I'm being very honest with you. Every day my higher self is like, you should really start using that treadmill. You should really start using that treadmill. You should at least try that treadmill. And every day my ego's like, tomorrow, next week when I have time. And anyway, I felt very called out in this reading earlier when she said that. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm running. I'm in runner energy. Anyway, so especially if you are connected to someone energetically, look at the ways that you're running. Anyway, and I'm not running on a treadmill. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out in case someone here is wondering, look at how you're running in your life. Again, example of myself. I have a basket full of laundry that I know I need to do. And I was very called out in that reading. So I am running from things in my life. Anyway. You say you want to lose weight, but continue to eat compulsively and avoid exercise. In these moments, you are not attuned with yourself, and this disharmony spills out into all the other parts of your life. If this is happening, you might want to take a hard look at yourself, do a self-inventory, forgive yourself, and then start singing a new song of self-love and acceptance. What's really great about this is how quickly you are now able to turn this around. Have no fear. It is so easy to get back in tune. All it takes is self-honesty and a willingness to heal. You can do it. This really is such a fortunate time. Once I'm good at the treadmill, we should have like a walking reading. I'll be on my treadmill. You can go for a walk or be on your treadmill. And we will walk while we learn. I'm not even kidding. Anyway. All right, so very important to keep going, my friends. Whatever you're working on releasing, whatever part of your life you're trying to improve, it's not about waiting. It's about constantly growing and changing and moving forward and improving. It's so worth it. It is so worth it. I always tell you guys, I used to be I cry when I think about how I used to be, like what a unconfident, depressed, no hope, no soul spark. And then I wondered why I never felt happy. Anyway, my mind's like do. So I have this beautiful tarot deck. I'm going to have to get the name of it. I got it on Etsy. and it's watercolor. I love Etsy. It's watercolor illustrations that were like hand painted, turned into cards. I don't know who has the patience for that. Oh, King of Swords. Interesting. That's really interesting that I cut open to the King of Swords, because this one is about being brutally, there's something about making amends, taking accountability, communication. Anyway, we have the King of Swords here. But the reason I bought this deck is because it's animals and it has, you know, keywords and what the animal represents. So yeah, I'm excited to have it. You're the first ones to use it with me. Oh my gosh, I cut open to the King of Swords and now we have strength. Courage, self-belief. Lion represents authority. You know, it takes a lot of courage to look at yourself and look at your shadows and admit like, oh yeah, I was not acting in the best way there. We have the Seven of Cups, seeing through illusions. So I think what I'm going to ask is I'm going to ask about this beautiful uncaging, and we'll see what comes out. One more. All right, my butterflies. We have the Knight of Cups. Okay. Yeah. So we have the Knight of Cups, and it's a kookaburra. Oh my gosh, it's a kookaburra. Pleasure. And it says romance, seduction, idealistic. And, you know, Knight of Cups is very symbolic of following your intuition, about having romantic ideas, about rekindling something. It can be an offer of love. Interesting. We have the Knight of Swords, and we have action, defense, impulsiveness, and we have crane, precaution. Very interesting. I'm hearing right away that someone could be coming towards you, and Spirit's telling you to watch your reactions, watch your defenses. You know, remember how I was talking about how when you're fighting with someone and they say, well, you know, you hurt me by doing this, and you get defensive. There was also something in here about you coming into contact with someone who wasn't quite healed yet. And it could be like, I'm getting this energy of like a premature love offer, or not premature love offer. What am I trying to say? Someone coming towards you before they're fully healed. For example, my poor mother. I love you, Mom, even though we don't talk. For example, it could be that, you know, for example, like when I spoke to my mom last, it wasn't quite, there wasn't accountability there or anything. There wasn't, what am I trying to say? When it came in, it was like an immature offer. It was like it wasn't an emotional offer, you know, it was lack of vulnerability is what I'm trying to say. And instead of reacting, which was my normal cycle, I actually didn't respond because I felt the defense in me go up. And when the defense goes up, that's when we act impulsively. That's when we say something impulsively. And our words hold meaning and power, you know? So just be careful, because it feels like someone's taking action here. Just watch remember what I said about testing cycles. In order to know that you've passed or broken the cycle, you need to be tested and see how you react. So just watch your reactions, be super aware of your reactions. Try not to even, you know, what am I trying to say? I feel like you're already in the energy where you can see through that veil, you know? So just remember, if your defenses come up over something someone else is saying to you, it's hitting your ego, you know? and just try and center yourself again. Does that make sense? Anyway, let's see this beautiful uncaging. We have the Ace of Swords, communication, breakthrough moment. Oh, Africa, ideas. Beautiful. So clarity, focus, breakthrough. Now, I know this is communication, you guys, for a lot of you. And it could be that someone just uncaged their heart. It could be that someone just took accountability or reflected on their actions and are coming towards you with clarity. I do think you're having a breakthrough moment with someone here or something. Maybe you've been thinking about going to Africa and you booked the trip. I like all the animals on this deck. I see a pigeon. I see a puffin. Or maybe that's a penguin. I don't know. Interesting. So Ace of Swords. So there's some type of breakthrough moment coming. Perhaps you are, you know, back in this energy right now and you're having, maybe you're watching this, having a breakthrough moment about your own patterns, you know. We have the High Priestess here. So you could have had a breakthrough in that, seeing through that veil, a breakthrough in your intuition, trusting your intuition. I feel like you know this is coming, whatever it is. Tell me more about this Ace of Swords. We have the Hanged Man, someone who has been, you've been in Hanged Man energy with. Doesn't have to be love. We have the Hanged Man, sacrifice, abandonment, suspension. So it could have been someone who abandoned this connection or you abandoned them. Interesting. Hanged Man, you know, we were on a break. So someone is coming out of Hanged Man energy, just like that card said, just like the readings have been saying. I just feel like you're attracting people into your energy, like people who maybe you haven't heard from for years, you know, old friends, you know, saying, oh, I thought of you the other day, so I looked you up on Facebook. How are you doing? We also have 10 of Wands, which shows this right here. To me, 10 of Wands is when you hit your breaking point and you take responsibility. We have stress, burden, responsibility. So we have someone coming towards you taking responsibility here. Someone coming out of Hanged Man energy, who maybe has finally forgiven themselves for their part in it, you know? Healing heart. We have the Empress. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking... Okay, listen to me. Listen to me right now. Is this recording? This is what I mean. If you are skeptical, like I used to be, sitting at home, watching these readings, thinking, they're just telling stories. Like when people tell me it's all about the algorithm and, you know, being a good storyteller. No, it's not. I am not a good storyteller. I'll just be honest. Like when my kids would say, tell me a story, I would tell them a story about something that happened to them. Anyway, we have the Empress. And what did we say about this card? Empress energy, embodying all the queens, right? Having a compassionate heart. I just can't believe the synchronicities. Look, we have the Queen of Cups. Koala, healing. Empathy, wisdom, calm. And we have the Empress. Beauty, fertility, creativity. So, and what happens? Look. What happens when that Empress is not chasing, knowing their worth? What happens? Here comes the Emperor. We have Ace of Pentacles. So you have built your own strong foundation within yourself, or that's what you're working on. And it's beautiful. That's what we were seeing with that card, is absolutely beautiful and confirming. You've got this, my friend. You know, you can't fake Empress energy. You can't fake Queen of Cups energy. You have to go through the lessons. Like, I'm going to be honest. I had to get walked over a lot by people before I learned my lessons. And I still continue to learn lessons every single day. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's no wonder we're starting with the energy of Temperance. Beautiful. And you know, I truly think with this card, it was talking about someone coming towards you, and remember, they're not on the same frequency as you. And I just feel like you're pulling someone in here. Tender embrace, you're pulling someone in. Whether, like I said, it doesn't have to be love, because I know not all of you are after love. We have the Wheel of Fortune happening in divine timing. Destiny, destination, karma. Maybe you're having hot flashes. Again, I've been having those for a while, and I never thought to look it up, what it meant spiritually. So then I started looking it up, and it was like, oh, that makes so much sense. Anyway, burning off karma. It's interesting. I don't feel comfortable sharing it in depth here about everything I've been through in my life. But I can truly feel, I talked about it a bit on my Patreon yesterday. I can truly feel myself healing karmic debt in my generation. Like I can really feel it, and I'm completely alone, you know, I'm doing it all by myself. And of course you guys are instrumental in my healing journey. Anyway, let's keep going. Tender embrace, what comes out, what comes out? We have the World. What? We have completion and the Ten of Pentacles. So for some of you, this tender embrace, you know, when you've learned how to love yourself and be compassionate towards others, if someone comes at you projecting onto you, there's no need for you to react, because you know they're projecting onto you, and you can simply say, you know, anyway, tender embrace, what I see coming here is, you know, reconnection in some type of connection, whether it's friend, whether it's love, family, soul tribe. And we see the World and the Ten of Pentacles. So we see Stork, renewal. There's a renewal coming for some of you, one that you've perhaps had to be very patient for. The Ten of Pentacles doesn't grow overnight. We also have inheritance, comfort, tradition. So, you know, you could be inheriting something here in the near future for some of you. You could be breaking tradition is what I'm hearing. Breaking the tradition of your family. Healing karmic cycles. We have the World, harmony, fulfillment, completion, bull, stability. Yeah, Tauruses. Shout out to my Taurus gang. Anyway, this is beautiful, and I'm really called to this house here because I see fulfillment. I see, you know, that's a green door with a heart on it, very symbolic of heart chakra energy, very symbolic of this. Once you've healed your heart, you're ready to open it to someone, whether this is returning or new. Beautiful. My friends, it's absolutely beautiful. We have the Chariot. Show me perfect harmony, in perfect harmony. What is that? I have to take those. I saw them, so I'm going to take it. You guys, we have 8 of Wands. So when you are in perfect harmony, this comes in very quickly. And like I said, it's easy to say you're in perfect harmony. It's when you start going through the spiritual ascensions, you start like heightened awareness, feeling like chills, things like that, seeing the synchronicities, feeling compassion, seeing through the veil. Millie. Look, we have someone who's, like I said, for some of you, it's not going to resonate as someone from your past, but I think you've had someone, you know, who maybe has been observing you, because it says 8 of Wands, excitement, movement, speed, and then it says links, observation. So this could be someone who's been watching you grow. Anyway, we'll talk about the cards that came out, but this shows me that this is coming quickly. 8 of Wands. This is communication. It's rapid growth and rapid change. The Magician. Once you have those realizations about your cycles, I swear it's like a light bulb moment, and you think, why did it take me 4 years to learn that lesson? Like, what the F? Like, why didn't I just have that realization? It's all for a reason, divine timing. We have the Magician, willpower, action, creation. So we have 2 cards about communication, action. Now what came out is my butterflies, you transforming in your imperfect harmony, growing into the beautiful butterfly that you are, flying away from your old self, you know? Send your old self love and compassion, but remember how wonderful it is to be a butterfly. We have rebirth, change, spirituality, butterfly transformation. So you could be evolving very quickly spiritually, you know? It's interesting because I think it was in my Patreon reading. Maybe it was my Soul Tribe reading. I don't know. I was talking about dreaming and how sometimes I dream about people that I don't know. And I made a joke like, maybe I'll dream about you guys tonight. And I did. I had a dream. It was the same dream I always have where I'm with someone who doesn't want to, it's like they're not moving. I feel like I am attached to someone who's not moving. And I'm saying like, I'm looking, how can I explain this? I don't know how to explain it in a way that makes sense. You know how when you try and put your dreams into words, they don't quite make sense? This is why dream journaling is cool. But I have this reoccurring dream where I'm being supported by a bunch of people that I don't know. And there's someone that I know in the room. And in my dream, I keep wondering, why are all these strangers helping me? But this person that I know is just sitting there, like, what are they doing? Anyway, I had it again last night. And like I said, I don't know which ones, who of you I'm dreaming of, but I know I'm dreaming of my soul family. I don't know what made me start talking about that. Heightened awareness, dreams. Another thing I wanted to say, I heard another reader mention it, is if you feel called to take a nap, do it, because there could be some type of dream message for you. And I thought that was brilliant and, you know, an excuse to take a nap. Come on. When I was my old self, I used to nap a lot. And when I discovered spirituality, I stopped napping. Now, I will nap if I feel like I need to nap, but I was using napping as a distraction. You know, I would say, well, I'm just, you know, I'm being good to myself. This is self-care. But really, I was trying to escape, you know, I was trying to escape. And ever since I've started doing this, I rarely nap. Anyway, because being alive is more fun. Anyway, what was I saying? I'm ranting in this one. And now I'm burning, you know, karmic, goodbye, karma, get away from me. We have, for this imperfect harmony, we have 3 of Wands and we have 6 of Pentacles. We have someone coming back towards you and you're moving forward with this person. It could be a new person. And this is someone who you are in harmony with. Okay, so while there may be, you know, a bit of difference in the levels that you're at healing-wise or spiritual-wise or whatever it is, I also see that you've grown enough to have equal give and take and reciprocity. So, you know, if this is new, you're calling in someone new that matches your energy, that maybe does need support and compassion, but they match your energy so that you can move forward. When one person has growing to do and there's a tower moment, that tower moment happens for a reason. Oh my gosh, Wally just farted. Oh, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Whew. So we have 6 of Pentacles, kindness, charity, generosity. And we have 3 of Wands, creativity, expansion, growth. What I want to say with this kindness, charity, generosity, when you are someone who is balanced and in harmony and you're giving to other people, you don't really care how much they're giving back because you're balanced. You know, your cup is full. But when you're in a place where you don't have a foundation and you don't have self-love, without realizing it, sometimes when you're giving, and you're not getting it back, you end up feeling resentful because you're actually giving with the intent of having your cup refilled. Does that make sense? I'm not saying you're doing this mindfully. I used to be like that. I can use my best friend as an example. You know, I didn't feel good about myself, and I thought it was up to her to fill my cup up. Anyway, this shows you being in the energy where you're stable. You know, you have that Ace of Pentacles, you've been growing, you've experienced a spiritual expansion, you've experienced growth, and you're in a place where you can now offer, you know, reciprocity. But even if somebody needs a little more, you can give that without overgiving and without draining your own cup. Does that make sense? So it's very healthy energy. I love it, you guys. I'm so proud of you. Proud of us. We rule. So yeah, 8 of Wands on the bottom. So what advice do you have for my soul tribe? We have the Wheel of Fortune and the 2 of Cups. Are you freaking... You guys, believe. How long have you been watching my readings? You're growing, you're expanding. I know some of us feel frustrated when our manifestations aren't coming in, but look at this. Your advice is the Wheel of Fortune. Everything is happening in divine timing. And look, someone is approaching, okay? Empress energy. Know your worth. You're grounded, you know, you're stable. You're at a high vibration to the people around you. And you have someone, you're calling someone in here. Look at that. And we have the 2 of Cups. The dingo ate your baby. It's a dingo. Stella. Seinfeld fans, hello. The dingo. Exploration. Do you see in all of these images, there's one person grounded, growing, planted, the deer, the eagle, the dingo, the deer. And it's repetitive imagery of someone coming towards you. I'm serious. Look, someone approaching you. Someone approaching you. 2 of Cups, marriage, partnership, connection. Tender embrace. In perfect harmony. I don't care who this is. They're vibing on your level. Go for it. It's beautiful. And you seem like you're in a really healthy place for this. And that's what people don't get, you know, who are chasing love. Are you chasing, like, maybe some people who chase love are chasing love because they don't love themselves. And that's the honest truth. We have the Sun, vitality, optimism, success. You guys, George of the Jungle. Remember that bird? Look at the little pairs. Listen, oh my gosh. Look. I have to make sure you can see this. We have these 2 birds here. We have these 2 birds here. And then we have, like, I get these 2 coming together. They look very similar. These are both the same, you know, breed or whatever. But look at these 2. I'm being called to these 2 beautiful ones right here who come from different worlds and who come... I approach social situations with calm confidence. That's the affirmation that just popped up. I am confident but not calm about it. I'm really drawn to these 2 very different birds who are attracted to each other. They're attracted to each other's energy, and it doesn't make sense. They come from 2 different worlds, 2 different backgrounds. Maybe your new person is very different. Anyway, I just felt really called to that. This is what I love about these independent decks that are made, because someone puts so much thought into the art and the meaning behind them and the interpretations. I love intuitive tarot. Like, I love being an intuitive reader. I love it. Anyway, so you have the Sun, parrot, freedom. Freedom from... That is amazing. Freedom from disagreement, conflict, isolation, self-sabotage. Beautiful. All right, well, I'm being called to stop there, but I want to get you something. Let's get Animal Apothecary. Let's see what you need to hear, my friends, my soul tribe. We have no expectations. I don't remember what this card is about. It is 22, so we have 22, 22 could be symbolic for you. But I was just talking about a very balanced kind of energy where when you're balanced and you know yourself, you have a solid foundation, you have self-love, you know how to fill your cup up. I think that you can give more to someone, but you know not to overgive. But you're capable of giving a little extra. Does that make sense? Okay, so we have no expectations, 22, and abundance, 9, stepping into your highest path. I feel like I should pause this video because it's going to stop recording soon. Where are you, my book? Yesterday in my in my Patreon reading, there was some exercise in an oracle book about flying around your room like an eagle. So I haven't done this on YouTube yet, but I actually stood on my chair and pretended to be an eagle in my readings so that, people wouldn't be embarrassed to do it themselves. Excuse me, we have the Black Panther. Black Panther represents walking into the dark and exploring the feminine power of allowing development to come from the unknown, with no expectation, is the key that will open the door to your success. The no expectations medicine of this card advises you to not limit yourself with the ideas about how anything will unfold. Life is planning something more delicious than you can currently understand. Something profound is on the horizon for you. Trust life without needing to be the dictator of how and when your manifestation will blossom into fruition. Yes! Intense expectations will only inhibit the ability of what is more extraordinary to develop. Take the risk for what you desire without the desperate need to control how it will unfold. A situation you perceive as a failure today may be what leads you to unfathomable success in 3 years. This is why an expectation of how you think things should work is futile. Understand that whatever occurs in your life is meant for your growth. Our misguided steps and our mistakes. Are there any Star Trek Generation fans or is it Voyager fans in this pile? Because I talked about Jean-Luc Picard, didn't I? And I just heard resistance is futile. Anyway. Where am I? Understand that whatever occurs in your life is meant for your growth. Our misguided steps and our mistakes are our greatest teachers. Taking risks allows divine opportunities to present themselves. Take note if you are met with continuous resistance and rigid expectation. This is a universal sign that another direction is more beneficial. So take a step back and allow the path of least resistance to be revealed. This is not to say you should give up immediately, but it does warn that you may be unaligned with the flow. Now, I just want to say, for a lot of you, I feel like you're really working towards being in flow here. So I just want to give you a good pat on the back for that, because that is no easy feat. Anyway. Black Panther is the queen of facing fears and taking risks. That's the Black Panther is on that other deck I got yesterday as the Queen of Swords. Interesting. Black Panther is the queen of facing fears and taking risks to achieve her heart's desires. Ace of Coins. No, not Ace of Coins. Queen of Swords. Authentic truth. If you are questioning whether to go forward with an idea that feels totally uncertain, Black Panther's medicine asks you to go for it. Do not seek immediate gratification. Remember, the result may take time to unravel, but taking the risk to do what is best for you will always yield positive results. And we have 9, the Bowhead whale, and this is on page 20, which is judgment. To survive, bowhead whale must be in the flow with the currents of the ocean, where its main source of food lives. When a team is migrating through the Arctic waters, the lead bowhead will often break through the ice to create a hole that the following whales will use to breathe. Bowhead whale comes to ask you to be in harmony with the flow, in perfect harmony. Spirit, they're already getting there. That means you're magical. The flow is the path of least resistance. It is allowing that which is bigger than yourself to guide you. This card reveals that something greater is clearing the way for a time of relief. You are in alignment with the flow where the abundance follows. The abundance is revealed to you as your true self, your higher self. You are being asked to release your negative thinking and worry. Rest assured that whatever is currently bringing discord or angst will soon dissipate. Let go. Holding on to worry is resisting the state of flow. When we trust life and surrender, we work in flow. When we work in flow, we channel, which means to allow the universe to self-express through us. In these magical moments of inspiration, we allow the universe to actualize using us as the vehicle. This is bliss as we transcend the superego and are at one with the ultimate oneness. This is where we realize our true self. This is ultimate abundance. And you're on your way from misery to happiness. I just heard that song. Bowhead's whale medicine suggests prayer as a gateway to channeling. Ask the universe what you can do for it and not what it can do for you. What comes next is better than what you could wish for, and we're ending on page 21, fulfillment. Tarot card drop, oracle card drop, whatever. All right, so I'm going to leave it here. I love you guys. I don't want to go. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I am planning on doing a pick a card reading over Easter weekend for you guys. But yeah, thanks again for being here, and I love you so much. Good job. I love you. You're doing a great job if no one's told you today. This is one of the hardest things to do here, heal and self-reflect and be honest and ascend and believe. It truly is. So many people don't make it. So many people try to climb that mountain and they don't make it. Anyway, we've got each other. We've got each other. Let's keep climbing. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow, my soul tribe. Bye.